Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. So today I'm going to be sharing all of my most anticipated releases of 2022. These are the top books that I'm excited for. I tried to narrow down the list as much as possible to all of the ones that I will go out and buy immediately, that I'll be looking out for on Book of the Month, things like that. So obviously I'm gonna be trying to look for plenty of other books, checking them out from my library and things like that, but these are the ones that I'm like,
I would spend my coin on these books knowing little to nothing about them.
First, I will go through the ones that I've already pre-ordered. There's 3 of them. The first one is Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. Y'all know I love Colleen Hoover. I love the way that she writes romances. It's always so emotional, and her characters just like, you get to know them so well throughout the romance, individually as people and as a couple. So obviously I was excited for Colleen Hoover's new release, and I have no idea what Reminders of Him is even about. So I'm just excited it'll show up here at my house in the next couple weeks or couple days. Oh my God, it's gonna get here in 8 days. I'm so excited. And then I also pre-ordered Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. This is the second book in the Bellinger Sisters series. The first one was It Happened One Summer, and that was my favorite romance of 2021. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Hook, Line, and Sinker is my favorite romance of 2022. We are following our main character in the last book's sister, and she is falling in love with this rugged fisherman, and he's kind of like the playboy of their little town. He gets around, he doesn't want to settle down until he meets this girl who I totally forgot her name, but I like the idea that he is just so enraptured by her that he is inspired to commit to somebody and settle down and like face all of these fears that he probably has and has never confronted. So really like that. Also looking forward to some pining. I love some pining from the man in a romance. So there is that one. And then the last one that I've already pre-ordered as of now is The Family Remains by Lisa Jewell. And obviously, y'all know I love Lisa Jewell. She wrote my favorite book of 2021. Her 2021 release is my favorite book of 2021 that I read all of last year. So go pick that up if you haven't yet. But her 2022 release is the follow-up to The Family Upstairs. Now, The Family Upstairs was my least favorite Lisa Jewell book, and I've read all of her books. If you want to see me ranking all of them and describing the synopses and my full reviews, I will link that video in case you missed it. But this one is kind of the bottom of my rankings. I don't think it was a bad book. It was just my least favorite of her backlist. So it's getting a sequel. Maybe she's listening to us and realizing that the end needed to be flushed out a little bit more. I'm excited to pick back up on the story. Obviously, since it's a sequel, I'm not going to give away like the big twist at the end of The Family Upstairs that leads into the sequel. Now let's get into some thrillers. Obviously, one of my most anticipated books is the new Jennifer Hillier release, Things We Do in the Dark. This is going to be another romantic suspense thriller about secrets and lies and all of these things that are coming out. There's not a very in-depth synopsis. Honestly, it's really, really vague, but I like that. I love going into thrillers blind or knowing very, very little. So I'm going to try to keep these brief. Also, I have like a million books to talk about. And yeah, we're just going to keep it rolling. Another one of my favorite authors is Riley Sager, and his release for 2022 will be The House Across the Lake. And this is giving me the vibes of The Last Time I Lied. And that is probably my favorite Riley Sager, or second favorite. So I'm looking forward to those spooky summer camp kind of nostalgic vibes, some cabin in the woods vibes. I want to like take this book to my family's lake house and just like, oh, that would be Chef's kiss, amazing. So I will definitely be running out to pick up The House Across the Lake as soon as it comes out. I love Riley Sager's writing. I've said this a million times. I think he gets a really bad rep. Some of y'all got mad. Some of y'all really hate Riley Sager out here. Couldn't be me. Moving on to actually the only YA release that I have on this list, and that is Family of Liars by E. Lockhart. So this is the prequel to We Were Liars, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I know I don't talk about it that much, but it is one of the books that like reinvigorated my love for reading. So it's definitely super, super high up there in my top 10. It's a YA mystery thriller with some magical realism elements and some lyrical writing, and I'm so excited for the prequel. I just want to know what actually went down before the events that transpired in We Were Liars. I don't know. If you know the book, then you know what I'm getting at. I'm also super excited to get to Stay Awake by Megan Golden. And this one I actually do know the synopsis for because I have an arc of it. So thank you so much to Megan Golden's people, the publisher, whoever reached out to me and sent me this arc. I'm super excited to get to it. This one doesn't come out till the summer, so I'm gonna get y'all my thoughts real early and let you know if you need to pre-order it or not. But basically, this is a thriller about a woman who wakes up and she doesn't know where she is, what's going on. She just sees that written all over her are the words "stay awake." So she's trying to keep herself in and figure out where she is, what's going on. I feel like it's going to be some kind of isolated locked door thriller with a kidnapping situation. I love Megan Golden's last release, The Night Swim, so super high hopes for this one as well. Another one of my faves is Ruth Ware. She's coming out with a thriller this year called The It Girl. It's giving me like Mean Girls vibes, it's giving suburban vibes, it's giving domestic thriller vibes, and y'all know I love all of that about kind of the downfall of an it girl. Maybe she's murdered. I don't really know. I just know that that is the concept and it sounds right up my alley. I am iffy on Ruth Ware's writing. Some books I really, really love and others I just was on. I've never really hated anything by Ruth Ware. I'm not Caroline Johnson. This is not Kara's channel. This is Haley's channel and we stan Ruth Ware here. We don't really stand, but we do like her. We enjoy her. We will pick this up. I also plan on picking up 9 Lives by Peter Swanson, and I don't know if this is a mistake or not because half of his books I've rated 5 stars and the other half I've rated 1 and 2 stars. So we'll see where 9 Lives ends up for me. I'm scared of it, but I'm willing to give him another chance because of 8 Perfect Murders. And 9 Lives does sound more similar to 8 Perfect Murders than any of his other releases. So I'm down, Peter. I'll give you another shot. Also, very much looking forward to The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. Oh my God, I love Lucy Foley's writing and I've missed her. I'm so glad she has a thriller coming out in 2022 and the cover is beautiful. The Paris Apartment just sounds like atmospheric and amazing. I'm ready for it. This next one, I'm nervous for. Adrienne McKenty is coming out with a book in 2022 called The Island. And Adrienne McKenty wrote one of my least favorite books of 2020, which was The Chain. The deal with The Chain was, it was a brilliant concept and brilliantly executed for the first 100 pages, and everything after that,
snooze fest, boring, convoluted, confusing, not great.
So I'm wondering if he's gonna come out with something that is similar or if he took the feedback that he got from The Chain and improved. I don't know. But this concept sounds really cool. It's kind of like an Agatha Christie and Then They Were None situation is what it sounds like, at least, where all these people get mysteriously brought to this island and it's like, oh, well, you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done this. Oh, you shouldn't have blah, 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 because this is why you're here. And they're all connected to each other in some way. I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of game or challenge or plot where they have to survive or maybe kill each other, turn on each other. I don't know. It sounds like it's going to be full of mystery and moral dilemmas, and y'all know I love that in my thrillers, so I'm willing to give it a shot, but I'm nervous. Ooh, a summer release that I am super excited for is The Summer Darlings by May Cobb. She wrote The Hunting Wives, which I had such a fun time with. Last summer, I read it by the pool. It was so just like southern, suburban, domestic drama, and I live for that. So my Summer Darlings sounds very, very similar. I love the drama. I love rich Southern women gossiping behind each other's back, and there's a murder. What more could you want? Literally, what more could you want? Also, y'all, Alice Feeney is churning out the new releases. I just read Rock, Paper, Scissors by her, and already she has another one coming in 2022, Daisy Darker. I don't know what that's about, but it's intriguing to me. Daisy Darker? Oh, like, I don't know. I'm picturing like this dark, mysterious woman who's like a boss bitch. Maybe she's an assassin. Maybe she killed her husband. Something of that sort. I don't know, but I'm down. Oh, another one I have an arc of is The Golden Couple by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. They're very hit or miss for me. I have really liked one of their books. I gave it 5 stars, Anonymous Girl. And then the other two, right? They just have 2 other ones, I think. The other 2, I think I gave 2 and 3 stars or 2 and 2.5. So hit or miss, I don't know. But The Golden Couple has the vibes that I like, where it's a domestic thriller. There's something about a marriage. And I think there's also elements of like psychology, or somebody's a therapist. So I'm excited to give you guys my commentary on that. If you don't know, I'm a therapist, and I love seeing how therapists are represented, especially in thrillers. It's very interesting to me. Sarah Pinborough also has a book coming out in 2022 called Insomnia, with a baller cover. Look at this, gorge. I'm obsessed. And I love things about sleep, about dreams, about getting sucked into your dreams, about not being able to fall asleep. So that title, Insomnia, just immediately intrigues me. I feel like it's going to be similar to Behind Her Eyes. Miss Pinborough is going back to her roots, and I'm here for it. Megan Miranda's new release in 2022 is called The Last to Vanish, and I've heard the synopsis described multiple times.
Not once has it stuck in my brain.
And this always happens with Megan Miranda's books. Why are her synopses so convoluted? Like, I feel like it's not just telling you it's about a thriller where these characters do this and then that happens. It's like,
these people did this in the past, and then they showed up here, and then more things happened, and now we're gonna watch them do this. But there's also this other person, like,
whoa, too much information. I like to go into thrillers relatively blind, and it's just too much. So my brain absolutely deletes it from my memory. But The Last to Vanish is about missing people, probably missing women. Love thrillers about missing women. Love seeing them crawl their way back, or somebody in their life getting justice for them. Chef's kiss. One that's actually already out right now, I think it just came out a couple days ago, was The Replacement Wife by Darby Kane. And I really, really, really liked Darby Kane's release 2 years ago, I guess, in 2020, Pretty Little Wife. I just loved the writing style, very reminiscent of Karen Slaughter. So very excited for The Replacement Wife. I love a domestic thriller, love the drama. And with that more sinister writing style, I think it's going to be really great. I also want to give Rachel Housel Hall another try. I really disliked the last book that I read by her, but her 2022 release, We Lie Here, looks really, really pretty. I just like the way that the cover is, and I want to give her another try. I feel like I saw potential there, but the one that I read was They All Fall Down, and it was kind of an Agatha Christie retelling, and it's so hard because I think Agatha Christie just does it better. It's hard to rival her. She is the OG Queen of Mystery. So I want to give Miss Rachel another try, and I will, but again, trepidation. And the maybe last thriller I have on this list is I'll Be You by Janelle Brown. I'm currently reading Pretty Things by Janelle Brown and really, really loving it. So I immediately looked up before filming this video if she had a 2022 release. She does, and it's a bitch I'm gonna steal your life thriller. I'll Be You. Like, that just sounds like Last Mrs. Parrish vibes, and I'm here for it all day, every day. Give me the bitch I want to steal your life trope in every thriller. I never get sick of it. I love when a lowly little scrappy girl comes up from the depths of society and rips a rich lady's livelihood away from her. I just think it's just poetic justice. So I'm ready for that. Also, cannot wait to talk to you guys about this one because I'm obsessed. Now let's go ahead and jump into some horror. So Ian Reid wrote one of my very favorite books of all time, I'm Thinking of Ending Things, and he also announced that he will have a book out in 2022 called We Spread. I don't know if this is like a contagion kind of thing, maybe a pandemic kind of thing. I don't know. We Spread just feels like triggering. The virus is coming for me. Just kidding. I already got it. So hopefully I won't get it again, but it's triggering to read that title. And we have no cover. We have no synopsis. All I know is We Spread. And I'm here for We Spread. Also super excited for Daphne by Josh Malerman. I usually love Josh Malerman's writing. I loved Pearl, which came out this year, so I will basically pick up anything this man writes. And finally, the last horror I want to tell you about is The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. And here's the thing. I always buy her books. I've never read one. So I would love to do a Simone St. James taste test vlog or video of some sort before I spend money on another one of her books that I don't know if I like, but it's the same thing that seems to be similar in all of her releases, which is a dual timeline, ghosty kind of horror thriller book. So, will I like it? No idea. Finally, we will end on some romance releases I'm super excited for. Obviously, Book Lovers by Emily Henry is at the top of my list. I know Emily Henry, there's contention over all of her romances, okay? Beach Read, you love it or hate it. People We Met on Vacation, you love it, you hate it. I personally loved both of those, so I'm super excited for Book Lovers. I just love the title. Like, obviously everyone who's reading it is gonna be a book lover. And it's about two little book lovers having a meet cute and falling in love. Like, does Emily Henry know her audience or what? Because I'm obsessed. Another one of my favorite romance authors is Catherine Center. I feel like she is so underrated, but I love every single one of her other books. And The Bodyguard is coming out in 2022. It's a bodyguard romance, obviously. But this cover and this whole marketing for this book is very different from her previous releases. I feel like she kind of got pigeonholed into the chick lit
fake genre of that.
And she's kind of trying to bust her way into the animated cover, contemporary, traditionally published romances with this one. So very interested to see how that one will be perceived. Ooh, I actually have another YA on here. I Kiss Sarah Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. This is going to be a sapphic romance. It is YA, and I really enjoyed their last release, One Last Stop, and just loved the way that the two female characters were written. I was talking about this earlier about another book, but we get to know both of the characters in the couple individually, and then we also get to know them as a couple. I thought that was really well done in One Last Stop, so I'm looking forward to that in I Kiss Sarah Wheeler as well. Also looking forward to One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle, and I'm definitely reading this one by the pool 100%. It is just giving like the vacation, take me away, summer vibes. I want to be sweltering in a gold bikini reading this book. And obviously it's a romance, but I think it has some magical realism elements to it. It reminds me of her previous release, The Dinner List, which I really enjoyed. So super excited for that. And y'all know, if you caught my last video, I am officially obsessed with The Love Hypothesis. It's one of my favorite romance I have ever read in my whole life. I will lick Allie Hazelwood's foot. I don't care. I'm obsessed with her. So I went to see if she had any 2022 releases, and I found 3. So I will put them on the screen here. They are all like little romance novellas about women in STEM, and I'm obsessed. I cannot wait. And if her writing is anything like The Love Hypothesis in all of these, I feel like we're gonna have 3 more 5-star reads. So give them to me. And then the last couple books I want to talk about are actually by the same author. So Ashley Winstead wrote one of my top 3 favorite books of 2021, which was In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. And it did have a couple kind of romantic elements in a thriller, but it was mostly a dark academia thriller. And now this queen, this absolute queen, is coming out with 2 books of 2 different genres in the same year, 2022, the year of our Lord, and they just so happen to be my 2 favorite genres. So she has a romance coming out called Fool Me Once. It looks like a very cutesy, traditional, contemporary romance. It's heterosexual relationship. And then she also has a domestic thriller called The Last Housewife. Doesn't that title just sound exactly up my alley? I feel like Ashley Winstead is going to be a sleeper pick for my new favorite author. Like, she's giving everything that I'm wanting. She's giving me Jennifer Hillier a little bit, and y'all know I'm obsessed with Jennifer Hillier. So I am dying to read both of her new releases in 2022. So excited for all of these. If you are a publisher or an author watching this video and you would like to send me one of these books, please contact me down below and we can chat, because I would love to review an arc for you. I'll even do a dedicated reading vlog. I freaking love books. I don't have a lot of freaking money, so I would love to receive some arcs. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know down below which ones you are most excited for. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!